The fact that the Ukraine military campaign did not go well, as Kremlin expected, is obvious, but it is also misleading to think that Vladimir Putin's plans are drowning into swamp and Russia doesn't know what to do next in Ukraine. If you are sure about that, let's look at it from Russian point of view, and your opinion would change too. We always try to present new ideas and opinions which you probably don't see in overwhelming media reports. This time, let's talk about Russia's final goals and plans for Ukraine. First of all, when Russia started the invasion, high-rank officials set their goals publicly. Denazification, demilitarization, stopping Ukraine from joining NATO, and also freeing the Donbas region in the east of Ukraine on borders of Russia. Many secondary goals were also acclaimed by Russian officials, but after Russian army faced difficulties and even withdrew from some occupied regions, ending the Kyiv operation, not only foreign observers but even many Russians became doubtful of Kremlin's plans. Right, signs might cause misunderstandings and make you believe that Moscow is confused and causeless to continue this war. Now let's go back to years ago. Based on views reflected in Russian media, Moscow did not have plans to occupy Ukraine even after the 2014 Maidan revolution. If so, they could have done it right after the regime change, when US was tightening its grip in Kyiv. A very solid reason for this idea is that if Russia had plans to occupy Ukraine, it wouldn't invest billions of dollars on the second Nord Stream pipeline with Germany. It could easily use Ukraine's pipelines after occupation. Therefore, considering this opinion, Russia still doesn't have plans to occupy all of Ukraine. And Russian officials have said it repeatedly that they don't want to change the Ukrainian government either. Then why Russia is wasting too much money and lives of its soldiers in this war? What does it have for them? In Putin's opinion, they have to go forward as more as they can until the West and also Ukraine's government come to the conclusion that they should give Russia what it wants in order to refrain from further damage. This is why Russian army tries to move faster to put more pressure on Ukraine. They are trying to show Zelensky and all the West that the longer it takes for them to surrender, the more cost they have to pay. If they had accepted Russian requests, for example, 2 months ago, Ukraine still had 2 more cities, but now big cities are sliding under Russian control slowly. Now it is not only Donetsk and Luhansk, even Kherson and Zaporizhzhia are also under Russian control, and maybe the next big city will be Odessa. And if Russia brings that city under control, then Ukraine will become a landlocked country. Yes, this strategy also has extreme costs for Russia, but the way they see events, this is the best choice. Kremlin believes that the West would continue this war until they feel that the costs are overtaking benefits, like what US did in Afghanistan. And there are some evidences that the West is starting to feel the pressure, as seen from recent comments of leaders like the French president or the EU president, which talked about the necessity to negotiate with Russia and the fact that Ukraine may have to accept separation of some regions. So is there any constraint for Russia to occupy all of Ukraine to reach its goals? Probably not. They count on forcing the government in Kyiv to accept their conditions for ending the war, and their conditions would be demilitarization of all Ukraine under Russian monitoring, which means the end of NATO membership dream for them, and those regions which have gone under Russian control until then will be annexed to Russia. Zelensky's government will not be touched, but could be left with thousands of problems to solve and dreams left behind. Looking at Russian state media and also expert opinions shows that this is what Kremlin is after, and they seem to be determined to accomplish it. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe and don't forget to write your opinion down in the comments.